The Sega Genesis, or the Sega Mega Drive, is a 16-bit video game console that was created and manufactured by Sega. The Genesis first came out in Japan on October 29, 1988. After Japan, Sega would work with Samsung to make consoles for South Korea. In South Korea, the Genesis would be called Super Game Boy and later renamed to the Super Latin Boy. The system would then be released on August 14, 1989 in North America and in Europe on November 30th of 1990. Later that year, in Brazil, the console would be released by a company called Tectoy, who made the console and games exclusively for Brazil. Tectoy would eventually go on to creating an online network service system called Sega MegaNet, which was created in 1995 in Japan and later 1995 for the rest of the world. Sega MegaNet allowed players to connect to a Sega Genesis modem to the internet and play online games with other players for a small fee. Sega sold 37.4 to 41.4 million consoles worldwide. The top-selling games for this console are Sonic the Hedgehog with 15 million units sold, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 with 6 million units sold, and Aladdin with 4 million units sold. The reason why the Sega Genesis is historically significant is because it was one of the first systems to have backwards compatibility with its predecessor system. Furthermore, the Sega Genesis was one of the first systems to have an online network for online gaming. Finally, the Genesis was one of the first consoles to bring video game violence into mainstream media, which would create the first video game rating system. Also, the most important things that have come out of the Sega Genesis are the series that came with it. The series that became popular through the Sega Genesis was Sonic the Hedgehog series, the Golden Axe series, the Phantasy Star series, Toe Jam and Earl series, and Echo the Dolphin series.